Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode. I'm calling it episode 0 though of our podcast. My name is Kaizen. I'm here with my co-host Skyler and my other co-host Onyx. We'll probably be hearing a lot from both these beings in the future as well. They'll be in and out. We also will be inviting some other guests on the show, but we're excited to finally be getting this going. With this podcast, it'll be sometimes fun, sometimes deep, sometimes messy, but always honest little podcast we'll have here. And today we're starting by giving like a sense of what it's all about. Our goal is simple: to explore life in a way that's relatable, thoughtful, or also uplifting. So, Skyler, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, for our first episode, or episode 0, as Kaizen put it, we are going to be mostly taking questions from our chat and trying to answer them and work through them as best we can. We are also going to be taking a short amount of time to talk with Onyx and get some of his perspective as to his journey through his life and the things he has been through. I would like to make this 100% known ahead of time. This instance is open. People can ask for an invitation to join. We only ask that everyone wait in the main room instead of coming here, so that way we are respectful towards the people that we have on the show. This instance is open for invitation. You can ask Kaizen for an invite to it. We just ask that if you are going to be joining us, that you wait in the main room. It is the main garden, and hang out, chill amongst yourselves while we are recording and or streaming. And as soon as we're done, all of us will come out and we'll be able to hang out with you guys and chill for a little bit, because we may have some people on here that are going to be opening up and talking about some of their more sensitive parts of their life, or things they may not want to be bombarded by. That we respect that and let those people be in here with us and talk and chat without a massive crowd, if that's all right with you guys.
But it's actually, I think, what we're going to be talking about today. Some episodes that we're going to be talking about will be lighter. Like, so far, this one's starting off pretty light. But others might dig a little deeper. But no matter what, we want this to feel like we're hanging out with us, not just listening and talking to us. And one of the goals I think is really cool about this podcast is the fact that a lot of content that we share is hard for us to see things all the time. Like if we're listening to the car, a lot of you have commutes. If you want to listen to something that's going to help you and uplift you and kind of help you with your journey, we want to make this podcast an audio version as well, even with the Melon shenanigans and Onyx shenanigans over here. But today's first topic is one we're just going to touch lightly on, and that is people in your life. There are people who fill you up and who make you feel like you can take on the world after spending time with them. And then there are people who drain you, where you want to walk away feeling like your battery's at like 1% or 0 or completely drained. So that's today's topic of the discussion that you guys can definitely say talk to us in the chat. Tell us about your feelings around that. Any thoughts on that, Skyler, for you?
No real thoughts on it off the top of my head. I will say that there are always going to be people in your life that both uplift you at times and drag you down at times. But today will be pretty light discussion, and hopefully a very positive one. Kind of really figure out and interact with us on this particular topic for right this second, because I know you have something you need to deal with urgently, so this doesn't become even more of an issue. I'm going to ask that the chat ask any questions or relay, short little stories about this particular topic, and I'll try and go through and answer and react to them as I see them. I do have an eye on the chat, so I can do that while Kaizen is handling other stuff for a second.
Oh, I'm good. I'm actually good. I got it all going. Good? Oh yeah, I'm just have things moving around while you were talking, things like that. Keeping an eye on chat myself. But yeah, so what we're going to do is real quickly, thank you all for being here. I thank you, Tucker. Thank you, Longtooth. We are watching chat this time. Previous episode with Skyler, there was like a thing where we weren't going to talk or chat at all. This one is different, like Skyler's saying. This one we are keeping a close eye on chat as we go. So you're kind of basically sitting right next to us as we're talking right now. So you guys can introduce yourself, kind of dive into discussion as we discuss things. So thanks, Longtooth. Thanks everyone being here. And without further ado, I would say there's one quote that says people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did at times, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And so when we're going through this, sometimes we
actions
actions and what we say is very important, but also how we make people feel is very much more a greater impact at times. Who in your life, is there one person in your life that you feel, you can tag them in chat right now, that kind of lifts you up, gives you strength and stuff like that? I could probably name a few. I got 2 of them right here. 1 and 2. Onyx and Skyler. They're incredible, and they have been here with me through a lot of things. And then I have also like the coffee pot community and things like that. There on there we have country. We have a lot of the great beings in our side of our Discord server. Like a lot of the topics we're going to talk about are going to be things that are based off the 90-day journey I just launched on there. But if you want to like dive deeper and have discussions beyond the podcast, I highly recommend checking the link in my bio. Skylar actually set up a fantastic link that never expires. So it's easy to get in there and start talking and chatting. We'd love to see you there. So Onyx, what about you? Since you have a beautiful chat going right there, what are your feelings around people that lift you up versus drain you? Like, do you have any thoughts on that?
It's important to realize that the people that lift you up can also be the people that drain you.
It can be. I see what you mean. Yeah, I've seen that before too. Because somebody like me personally, I actually have a really hard time regulating how much I like to give to one another. Like I like to give and help people out. And sometimes I don't refill my own cup, as they say, or sharpen the saw. I know, Skylar, you and I have been talked about that before.
We have talked about it before. It's something that everyone goes through. You end up finding people in your life that really lift you. But at the same time, those people can be draining. I mean, for me, I'm a very introverted person. I don't like being around a lot of people. It's very rare for me to be, for lack of a better term, a people person. There are many people like Kaizen here who, while sometimes I just want to melt into a chair afterwards, he genuinely helps me feel better.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's just said that Skylar is always my rock. I thought that was very kind of her to say that. And I can see that. Skylar just sent me a video yesterday talking about always having your back, and I was like, I always got your 6, my friend.
There was one thing that completely slipped my mind that we probably should have mentioned. Some of the podcast episodes eventually are going to be audio recorded.
Yes.
So that way, if you guys happen to miss a stream or
I'm not
have issues or have to leave early, we will be recording them and putting them up. So don't feel like you are 100% obligated to stay through anything or, are stuck. We will do our best to get those up as soon as we possibly can. Right now, as Kaizen said, we're really experimenting and getting everything set up. But as soon as we have everything kind of set and worked out, we will be doing that on a pretty regular basis.
And it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes to, because I think Skylar and I just had a vision or idea of what this could look like, and we're kind of playing around with it. This is our first set. I already know someone in chat was talking about how dark it is here. We are working on fixing that. There is something that we're going to work with our good friend Draco on how to kind of incorporate lights. In fact, Skylar is heavy on the idea of figuring out how to add stuff to his character. Even as a magic mage book, which you heard earlier, which we cannot open right now because poor Onyx here is feeling a little sick, and that mage book makes him go crazy. Hence he's a moon god.
The mage book is from him. He is the reason why I am the mage, but it is very, very loud.
It is very loud. One of the quotes that I think I keep coming back to, one of the things that I've seen a lot of times, and I think it's the a famous quote. I think it was Jim Rohn. He talked about how you are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. And so there's a lot of different directions we could go with this, man. Like, there's so many things. Like, there's people that fill you up, there's people that tear you down, and that could be hate. That could be anything from trolls to people that are your biggest fans. But it could also be like this right here for me, like these wonderful beings to my left or right. They're like pushing me. Like, I wouldn't have done this podcast without them. It's like it's encouraging. And so I think that's one of the crazy things that I've noticed lately with the Kaizen party and the Discord server and this TikTok channel and things like that, that there's so much we're accomplishing as a team or as a unit versus just being by ourselves. We don't have to live this life alone. The hard part is finding that balance and cracking that balance. And I'm looking into you, chat, to let me know if you guys have any input on this. Like, how do we find the balance between bringing people into our lives that are going to lift us up without oversaturating ourselves or getting to a point where we're giving ourselves to them so much that we're not taking care of ourselves. That's a very complicated sentence right there, but I just wanted to see if there's anybody here in chat, any smart beans. I know, Tucker, you're a smart bean. And yes, I love seeing your videos and things like that and learn about each other. I think that's kind of those things. I've actually just recently went through a challenging thing in my life, and my initial like do it yourself, protect yourself mentality was to like close myself off, go hide in a corner, and deal with my emotions all by myself. And I chose a different path this time, and it was the best choice ever, is that I opened up into my Discord server, talked to them about what was going on, and I was amazed of course, the love and the feedback that I got and the encouragement. And then, you know, people will do that like initially and do that initial response of like, oh, I'm here for you. And they'll make that an obligation. But what I saw, which was fantastic, and I was just so in love with, is the fact that after that, the next day and the next day, these two and others are messaging me like, hey, how are you? What's going on? And sending me encouraging videos and notes and keeping me pushing forward. That's what we're talking about. Like, what's that balance that you guys are finding in there?
You know, actually, I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good.
Speaking on some of the things that have happened, are people like some of the people we see in our chats and the haters. There was a line that I heard a while ago that said, "The people
you are now
that hate on you the most
Onyx, the moon god,
are always going to be the ones that pay the closest attention. The best thing that you can do is make them mad by continuing to be your best."
Right. Oh, that's so good. And I remember you sending me a couple videos related to that today. Like, you know, people want to see you fail, and the best thing you can do to combat them is just to keep on succeeding anyway. Like, they just want to. And I find that sometimes it's not believing in yourself. And it's true for your haters as well. Like, they don't believe in themselves enough that they have to go out and find you, who they find successful, to tear down so that they can get to your level. And it's not always true. Some people just, you know, kind of have some broken stuff inside of them, and in order for them to feel better, that's one of their mechanisms of doing that. But I think a lot of times, like, your biggest haters can sometimes be actually looking up at you.
You can send memes to encourage your buddy and give him a hard time. That's totally fine.
I think that's what you were talking about, Skyler.
Yes. What I'm referring to in particular is that when somebody is tearing at you, instead of, at least for me, instead of getting mad or lashing back at them or trying to, you know, make yourself or make them admit that they're wrong.
Congratulations on being done with homework.
The best thing to do is to not react and just continue to succeed.
What? Yep, exactly. Just to continue push forward. On that note, I've talked about this in my live streams before, is you have to define what your truth is and who you are. Because a lot of people will say lies about you and tell you that you're poor or you're bad or you suck and things like that. And the reality is that you are doing great and that who you are today. And I think sometimes that's our own selves too. Like, we sometimes will do that to ourselves a lot of times, where we have this aspiration or goal. And it's great to have big visions and big dreams and big goals, but we think we're not enough until we reach that destination or that finish line. And the thing is that we don't realize or understand is sometimes that destination and finish line are always that destination or finish line that you're aiming for or you're trying to achieve. As soon as you get there, guess what happens? It goes further. So you don't need to necessarily be caught up into what not only other people are trying to drag you down and try to get you to their level, and then also sometimes ourselves. We have to be careful how much we let that impact or influence our feelings about ourselves as well.
What are your opinions, Ani?
On what?
What we were just talking about?
You guys have
the thing we're talking about.
You guys have been saying a lot and changing topics a bunch, so I've just been sitting here.
Yeah, that is so fair.
No, the topic is mainly on
I believe you can
people in your life. And like, what do you feel like? How do you let people impact your life and letting that door open versus like closing them out? Like, is there a line that you set?
I don't set any lines. I let anybody into my life. And it's up to them whether they want to stay or not. But I'm an open book. I'm a very unique individual, and most people don't get under my skin. I can handle pretty much any type of person there is, and I'm cool with it. It's what I am. I'm a mirror, as you know. I reflect what I'm given. So anybody who gives me negativity gets negativity back, and usually that's enough for them. They leave.
That's fair.
That's fair. Tucker was saying you can't change anyone's opinion if you don't have a self-belief in your own opinions.
Oh, thank you so much for the heart, me. But you don't have to. I'm not out to change opinions, and I wouldn't try to change anybody's opinion. That's their opinion. It's what they have the right to have it. If they want me to try to change their opinion, then they'll come up to me and ask me to try to change their mind on something. Yes.
And I think sometimes that's a really good outlook, because I think sometimes we will wrap or change ourselves in order to people please others. Like we'll try to get them to want to like us, and like what you're saying is like you don't care. Like it's just like you know you and who you are, and you're just gonna push for it anyway. So you're not trying to change their opinion, because their opinion is their opinion. That's kind of their right, or whatever they want to believe in that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same way I deal with everybody in my chat. As we all have experienced, we get haters in the chat, and the best way to deal with them is be like, cool, all right, yeah, it's your opinion. And if they start spamming, then okay, that's disruptive to other people. But if it was just them in there, I really wouldn't care. They could say whatever they wanted. I just happy being a goofball. And honestly, they're benefiting me by being in the chat. So
it's true. It's true. It's just data, right? Haters, they're gonna, whether there's a hateful comment or a nice comment, it's still a comment. So, but Tucker says that's the beauty of small steps towards bigger goal. It becomes achievable. I think there was a relation to what I mentioned earlier about drawing a line and making a finish line for yourself.
Yep.
Thanks for the follow, you guys. Appreciate you all.
As far as letting people into your lives, I don't see a reason to block anybody from your life. Personally, you're going to find everybody has a dark side and everybody has a light side. And if you try to filter out the people you let into your life, you're going to block out the people that are genuinely just bad at expressing themselves but mean the best for you and really do want to help. Or you're going to let in people that do generally want to hurt you, but are actually helping you in the process.
Oh yeah, so you're saying sometimes that tribulation or trial of someone poking at you and maybe revealing something that's true or not, like, can actually be a way to kind of keep pushing you forward. So by just blocking them out, you're not necessarily changing. You're just kind of staying stuck.
Well, yes, but the other part of that is a lot of times the people that are trying to hurt you are pointing out flaws that you may not have noticed, things about your person that you don't normally see, and they can cause you to have to reflect upon yourself and the situation and realize whether or not they're actually speaking the truth or if they're generally just hurting you or trying to get under your skin by making up things.
I've actually been really bad about that. Like, like someone would say something just really innocent, like just a soft bit of criticism, and I just bawl like crazy. Like, I just couldn't take it. But they were just trying to help, and it wasn't necessarily anything bad. They were just trying to get me to be a better person or a better employee or whatever that may be, and I couldn't take it. I could not take the criticism. Before it goes away in my chat, Sod said, okay, let me try some mean comments. Kaizen, you're lovely beyond words. Dang it, I think I failed. Sod, you're so sweet. Well, Cross says he doesn't, he says, yeah, to me, I don't accept any toxic people and hater. And to an extent, you have to protect yourself at times. And Onyx is definitely right in his own right. Like, he is correct that he's letting people come in, whether they're hateful or nice or whatever. He doesn't draw those lines. But you have to also be careful about your own mental health. Like, if it's damaging to you and you can't have that type of person in your life, then you need to take those steps and block them out. It's very important not to. And you were talking about that earlier. You have to be careful. Like, some people in your lives, you have to be careful whether they're people that are super nice to you or not. They can't let you get to a point where it affects your mental health in a negative way.
And Onyx made me realize something that is very true. Even bad experiences or experiences you may not like or are uncomfortable can be learning experiences. Sometimes when you run into a person that is really horrible and toxic and they point out every single little flaw that you have or that they think you have, you may find there is something in yourself that you may want to work on. So comments that people say can really hurt. They can really tear you down sometimes.
Have a good day.
It is always good to take in all information with a grain of salt. Because like Kaizen said and like Onyx said, you may learn something about yourself that you didn't know before.
Exactly. There's a couple of great comments here I'd love to address and things like that, just when people are joining the conversation here. I appreciate you all chatting. It's great to see y'all. Tucker said, if someone's being toxic and holding you back, then maybe move on from them. And Cross said, block and report. And then Sod responded to that, agree. with Cross and Tucker, there can be forceful people in your life, but genuinely poisonous individuals will drain you. I am not above blocking.
Thank you for joining the
And
cult
Cross
of Onyx.
then replied back to said,
The
I always
moon
protect
god.
myself,
You are now a cultist.
but I'm also to protect the love of my life, and that is my boyfriend. So, you know, I don't think you're wrong in that. Like, I do think that what Onyx is talking about is true, and what you're talking about is true. And
It's randomly generated.
oh my goodness,
I can't tell you.
they said talking dogs. We're talking dogs. Did you see the talking dog?
I didn't see a talking dog anywhere.
Oh,
I'm a god.
I would say,
I
I would say we have a deer.
Hi. Welcome.
We have a deer wolf over there. We have.
Moon god.
You're a fox, aren't you?
I'm a sensei wolf. I'm a wolf. Yeah.
Okay, wolf, and then we have a dragon wolf. I don't think any of us are dogs.
You're a dragon wolf? Why did I not know this? That's amazing. We're going to have to talk. There's something I've talked to you about that. It's
Wait a
relevant.
second, you didn't even know.
I didn't know you were a dragon wolf.
squirrel.
See, I'm just like a
Sweetie,
regular wolf. So
what's
we got
on my back?
we got deer wolf, and we got dragon wolf, and we just got wolf.
Kaizen,
Yes.
I don't know how you were that distracted. What's on my back?
Well, you do have wings. He has wings.
To answer your question, yes. Well, no, he's straight. He has a wife and kids.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
And
this is
then-
episode 0, not 1. I
Yes.
say it's episode 0. I called it episode 0 just because we knew that we would have to work out some kinks. It's kind of flowing a bit better now. I think we just know that. So it's a kind of an introductory episode, but we'll work out the kinks as we go here. One of those things, great suggestion by
I don't
Onyx.
know.
We're going to try to maybe look at the co-host feature. Both Onyx and I now also have gotten to our 1,000 follower mark. So thank you everybody that's here in this chat that helped us get there. So now we can play games in OBS, and that will also open up doors and opportunities. And I even think that one of the coolest things that we could even possibly do is have even legit call-ins at times too, where people can call in and things like that.
That is something that I am looking into, though, for the time being, for tech
Good to know.
constraints, because
Right.
I would have to set his shit up, which I
Right.
can't do at the
I
second.
thought about that today. I was just like,
Sick.
oh, I could just
So
send you my
day is
information.
As good as it can be with the fact
It's a
that
lot
I'm
of
here.
trust.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, I don't mind. Again, I don't mind doing
my
that,
head
but
is
we're
very
gonna
rapidly
do that at a
hurt.
later date. For right
Yeah.
now, we'll start simple,
Yeah.
and then we'll get there.
That's actually what I've
so-
found is that you just kind of start like with the basic. What is your minimum viable
Oh, yes.
product, as they like to
This
solve?
one or that
Yes.
one?
And
two
then
beside
you
me.
just go with that, and that's how these things work out. So
We have
People in my
yes?
chat are calling you cute,
which one?
Kaizen.
Aw. Thank you all.
I'm the scary one, apparently. Okay.
Yeah, you want the scary one, but
You're
you
always
like
the
that
scary
though.
one.
That isn't that the point?
I don't mind it. That is kind of the point.
That is the point. like we get out
somebody in
there
this
and make
group has to
everyone
be the
smile,
one.
and if anyone crosses
it's-
us, then we send
it's
you.
Floof wolf.
A
It's
floof wolf.
Floof. He was.
I'm a floof
Yeah.
wolf. That makes sense
Yeah.
because you call me floof a lot, Skyler.
No, Floof
Yes,
Wolf is the username of the one who called you cute. He said you know
Oh
him.
yeah, I love. He's in the chat right now. I love Floof Wolf. He's amazing. So I've got a chance to chat with him eventually.
Yes.
Recently. Things like that.
I'm
So,
gonna I'm
Go
gonna
for it.
snag this for half a second.
You go for it. Take it. It's yours.
So, oh goodness, don't say that. Yes, this is episode 0. This is our first attempt at doing this, so everything's a little janky all over the place.
Hi.
But I would really love for anybody in the chat to take half a second and ask us a question. That question can either be
Okay.
it can be things
too.
like asking for some advice on some of the things you're going through, or it can be
Oh, yeah.
things related to us. Like if you have a question about any of us, that could be one of the things. But we would
Well, why don't you
really,
join
really
now?
love to hear from you. So please feel free to ask anything. I can moderate at least some of the questions. So just if you put it in the chat, and let's say it's directed at Onyx or it's
the phone.
just let
You
me
need
know
to
who
come
it's
join
directed
some
to,
folks in the
and
VR
I
world.
will happily relay the question.
Yes, Saad has a good kickoff question. And I'll
Yes,
grab
it
it
is.
right now. And it's a question for all of you
Hi,
individually.
thank you
And
for
then
following.
Rova, we'll get to your question for sure. But he said, "Do you love yourself?" But I would say for
Honestly,
myself,
you
I
guys,
do.
you are
I
now
do
a
love
cultist.
myself, and I have gotten to
Congratulations.
learn to love myself better. I think it's a constant journey or battle to do that. And there's different definitions
Welcome
of
to the
loving
cult of
yourself,
Onyx the Moon
of
God.
course. But from a brass tacks
You are
situation,
now
I've gotten to a point
a
where I've accepted both my faults and successes, and I try not to let them kind of weigh me down one way or another. So I try to make sure that when things are going good, that I don't like overvalue that, and when things are going bad, I don't also overvalue that. I try to find a middle ground between the two, and that's what I've been working on.
So if you're comfortable letting people know, we've been asked how old each of us are.
Yeah, so for me, that was question. I'm in my late 30s. That's the thing, and off the top of my head.
That happens all the time.
I am in my early 30s.
Thank you.
And so is Onyx, who is being a lovely, distracted fluff ball like always, and it's really cute.
It's always fun. Even like when I was doing the videos long ago, his character Onyx was always distracted. Let me see here.
We had another question from Tucker.
Perfect.
What is our biggest challenge other than the podcast we're doing right now?
I'm 32. If you feel
raining this flu fin. No.
Unfortunately, yes. That has become my permanent full-time job.
I feel ancient at 28.
So I need to fix something here too. I hate this. Is actually
I feel
taking
prehistoric.
Autofocus off here.
You are not, and I'm older than you. That just makes me feel bad, Ani.
Yeah. I know, I'm so old.
Yes. So good.
I was around when the Flintstones were running around with their stone cars.
Alrighty, so my biggest actual challenge.
Yes.
Actual biggest challenge right now, I would say balance, because I love the fact what we're doing here with the Kaizen, and I also have this other awesome, amazing life that's outside of Kaizen,
what the idea
and
was.
finding that balance. I'm a dad, and I have a second
kind of
kid coming along right here, and I'm actually like wrestling with my head right now. It's like, okay, I want to continue to do the Kaizen and continue like my other work obligations to put a roof over my head, but also want to be like the best dad possible. So I have to like kind of balance that. So that's my biggest challenge.
I know, it's okay.
What is your biggest challenge, Ani?
Do I have to pick one?
Fair.
No, you can just
can I say living?
Living.
Yes. Yes, you can say that.
Living. Especially because of our conversations of the things you're doing with work right now and things like that. It's just kind of balancing all that as well has been kind of crazy for you.
Yeah.
Well, if you get the chance, we would love to have you join us.
For me, my biggest challenge you're good.
I'm sick. I have to tone you guys out when I have to address my chat. I can't multitask right now.
Don't worry. We take no offense. I can understand. We understand completely.
I'm doing the best I can.
That's all anyone can ever ask. For me, my biggest challenge dealing with self-doubt. I have a habit of feeling that I am not enough at anything that I do, and it takes quite a bit of effort to remind myself that I am doing my absolute best.
And that comes to what I
should be.
That comes, exactly. Well, that comes back to
more than he should be.
Well, I'm in there. I understand it, and I actually think some of that is like, we'll have to have more conversation about that. That would be a great podcast episode. We need to write that down. Are you enough? Are you doing enough? Things like that. That would be super fantastic. But some of that comes down to like,
we shouldn't be too much longer.
Exactly what Skyler said. I am so 100% support that. Like knowing where you're at today in this moment for this very second that you're doing enough, and that's hard. That's a hard thing to admit.
He's doing too much.
Exactly, but he's doing too much. But he's enough.
No, Onyx is right. I have a tendency of taking on way too much.
Hence this podcast.
Believe it or not, this yes, I work myself.
You're underpaid, overeducated, and overworked for what you do by a lot.
Tucker, thank you for that. Appreciate you.
Yes,
you should be making double what I make.
Yeah, and I don't.
Isn't that crazy?
You don't make you make just a little over what I make at best. No, under what I make. I think
the value. You
little over.
You have one person that can be working 80 hours a week, making less than person works 10 hours a week. It's just kind of how the value of your work. It's crazy.
There's a seagull in my chat.
Are there
waiting for us out in the lobby when we're ready?
To jump off his point, Kaizen, Saad said it leads into imposter syndrome, always comparing yourself to others and feeling you're overwhelmed by you. It's false though. And Kinma says she struggles with the same. So next episode.
Yep, I will write it down and make
No,
sure.
you
it's
don't have to
planned
write
for.
down. But I just think if we're in agreement with that, that should be the next episode. Is talking about being enough for ourselves and the imposter syndrome factor. Because I know Luna Ray, who's been in here, she's not here today, but she might be listening to this podcast later if it works out. That she would love that topic.
You're hanging out
as
in
well.
the lobby right now, waiting for us.
But I think we could probably.
We're just about done.
Yeah, I think we could wrap this thing up. I think we got some people waiting for us to have a party.
Yes, we do. I just have one actual question for all of you guys that are watching us. What topics do you want to hear us talk about?
Yes. We'll leave some time for that. So put those in right now.
Family-friendly topics.
Yes.
Family-friendly topics.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
It
Yes.
100% must be family friendly. I'm not dealing with any sort of craziness. This has been enough of a work. I don't need no more.
We're looking at you, Sod. If you're still in here.
I'm looking at you, Ray.
We're looking at you, Sod.
Because
kidding.
I don't want to get banned from TikTok. If we're
Sod is
called
like
through,
a
this is
Sod.
the only
Tucker's-
source of money I have to stay alive. You
Yeah.
guys are literally feeding me at the moment.
Yeah, so Tucker said to Sod's comment about the imposter syndrome is, I totally relate. There I strive to be like others, but will never match if I can't accept me. It's true. Ooh, that's an interesting topic. Cross says that possibly we could talk about voice acting. I have no experience in that, but maybe we'll find somebody to be a guest that has maybe a little of experience in that.
Why? Every time I get asked, are you a voice actor? Can you voice act? Can you change your voice?
Yes.
Can you speak
Sounds
in a
good,
different
Tucker.
accent? Would you want to be a voice actor? Yes, I want to be. Where does this go? I would like to be a voice actor, and then it just goes away. Okay, bye. I guess my voice is horrible.
I don't think it is, but that's anything. As for political topics, that's a very touchy subject,
No.
and the answer is no.
No.
Yeah,
No.
we'll definitely steer from that. That's definitely a great point.
We're gonna
Because I
get
think there's
ourselves
so
banned very
much.
quickly if we try to talk political.
And I'm going to
Yeah,
just
we're not doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna not that. I think I'd rather focus in on things that
Thank you
directly
for
affect you,
following.
like right now, like in this moment, like your
Welcome to the
self
Cult of Onyx,
self
the
being
Moon
and your
God.
self love
I'm
and your
Onyx.
inner child, all that
You are
great
now a
stuff.
cultist. Boop, boop.
Thank you, Tucker. Yeah, and then once again, just one more, I guess, push for the Discord server. If you guys want to talk offline off the podcast, we'd love to talk to you in my Discord server. But also, we will be reaching out in there as well for other guest speakers to come on board and talk with us as well. And then Cross says this is a fun podcast. I'll come back again.
Yep. He's just
Yay!
wrapping
Thank
up
you
now.
very much.
Yep, we are wrapping up.
Um,
I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything, Skylar?
Two things. One, thank you to everyone who has joined us for the last hour in our crazy chaos trying to figure all of this out. And two is an affirmation for that I've gone through myself today. Remember that your efforts to work on you are always enough.
Totally agree with that. It's always enough, and you are enough. So just know that, and we'll dive deeper. If you don't feel that right now, I want you to all do something a favor for me. Is I want you just to go ahead and say it out loud right now. I want you to look in the mirror later tonight and say that to yourself.
you
And if
so
you
much
can,
for
do
following.
either of those, either in your phone or on a piece of paper. Write it down, and we're going to work towards that goal.
They
We're
say
gonna
you're
work towards
talking
that.
too smart and they don't understand.
Oh no,
That
that's probably true.
oh
That's probably true.
that
But real quick, I
I'm
want to
sorry.
say thank you to Skylar. I actually switched to a different camera angle here. I want to say thank you so much to Skylar and Onyx for being here. If you aren't already, of course you can hit follow here for Kaizen. But I would also encourage you to, and my stories, look in there. I have tagged Skylar and I have tagged Onyx. And I really appreciate if you go take a chance to go check them out and what they're doing on their socials as well. But until then, thanks for listening and welcome to the journey with us.
Hey.
Before we forget,
Yeah.
for those who want to meet up with us on VR chat tonight,
Ooh.
feel free to send the invite to Kaizen at Ninja Wolf Kaizen, and we will be able to invite you into the instance so you can hang out with us. We'll probably be in here for the next 45 to an hour.
Yeah, be good, be awesome, be fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. And also, what's your
Yeah, can't wait.
If you want, do you want to say yours out loud too, or is it hard to find?
No, it's mine is Skyler 413.
Skyler 413, and that's Skyler. So make sure you guys have 413. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see y'all next time.
For joining. Those of you who've joined.
Oh, Kimura would like to be your friend.
So
Ooh, maybe she's going to join us right now.
She is out there.
She is out there? What?
Yes.
Okay, we got to go, y'all. Thank you for joining. We got so many fun friends in here, and we can't wait to see you all as well. Talk to y'all soon.
All right. We'll see you soon.